The level of finishing, it's the most important. The quality of the product that you use to finish and the process that you have in the finishing department. And that comes from the cutting and the sanding and the products we use for spraying and the products we use for laminating and gluing pieces together. Because it's more than the original impact of the finished product, it's also the lifespan of the product. And that is always what makes the difference.
You could do the other one, you could do it on key as well.
Right.
But one, you're gonna lose a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
And we would have lost in that last cabinet.
Yeah.
Because the key, you have to compensate for the actual key, 5/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
And in the software, it's actually 11/16, so a 1/16 of an inch more. And the back of the cabinet.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's a little bit, yeah. And you see, our key.
Here's my key.
Sometimes it's on the key and it needs to come at the top, because when you're putting the doors or you're checking the level, the top needs to come out a little bit. Mm-hmm. If you have the key with the 45, you're gonna have to take out the cabinet and adjust the key actually.
Yeah.
With us, we just undo the screw a little bit, create some space, put a shim between the cabinet and the key, and screw it back on.
Yeah.
I've had many discussions about this with the installers on site, with other cabinet makers and carpenters. No, it's much better because whatever. Why don't you, with pushing the cabinet in and out, which is the advantage with this, they go like, okay, but why don't you put the time into putting your key perfectly level? And I'm like, perfect. This cabinet is whatever, 80, 90 inches tall. I will put the key perfectly straight.
It's always perfectly straight.
But on the last cabinet, all the way to the end, the wall comes out a 1/4 inch.
What do you do?
What do you do? You're gonna shim it right in the back.
Right.
So here it's gonna be 3/4 of an inch. There it's gonna be 7/8.
Yeah.
There's gonna be maybe 1 inch. What do you do with the bottom of the wall? How do you know? This works perfect. There's no disadvantage to not being able to mechanically lock the key in place. Especially if it's pressed wood. The core of the cutout plus the top of the key, so
right.
Core on core, it doesn't slide.
When clients come with ideas, the first thing that should be discussed is budget. And it's not from a sales perspective, but from a delivery perspective. Because there's no point in encouraging a design or starting working on a design that will never materialize itself. And a lot of times, a lot of clients go that route where they approach the architect or the designer first. They get their wish list and they get it designed properly without having the budget conversation and an understanding of what things cost exactly. And by the time that they get to the bidding phase with different trades and with the cabinetry and with all the elements to put that basically wish list together, they realize they can't afford it. So they were sold, but all the cost of the planning has already been covered, right? So you ended up paying for services that won't generate something that you can actually afford in your house. And then you start reverse engineering. But at that point, you're definitely not getting anything on your wish list, or if you're getting it, it's severely reduced. So having the budget conversation early on allows us to design, to approach it with a very realistic perspective to where they can actually receive everything that we discussed from the beginning. So it helps us bring to life a design and a product that is both functional and aesthetically pleasing without compromising too much on either, or while respecting the budget that the client has in mind.
So the design is complete, then it goes into the drafting stage. Depending on the size and complexity of the project, it could be a day or it could be a week of actual work. And is there going to be back and forth? It depends on how well the designer plans were done. And if the design plans were reflecting more an initial vision that a designer outside of Solle Solutions had. Because then we might have to create stuff that we're not accustomed to. So unique cabinets or cuts or doors, or that might add to the drafting time.